America's only Irish station, radioirish.com, that's what you're listening to, and we're thrilled to be chatting with actress, producer and writer Ashley Wren Collins. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be chatting with you.
Well, with a name like Wren Collins, there has to be some Irish blood coursing through your veins, Ashley. What with the Wren, the king of the birds in Ireland, and Collins being an Irish name of great distinction altogether. We have Michael Collins, after all. Talk to me about what you know of your Irish side of the family, Ashley.
Well, there is definitely Irish blood coursing through my veins, as evidenced by my last name, which is Collins. Wren is actually my middle name, and a lot of people think maybe that's a family name, but my mom just thought it was really pretty, and so that's what I was named, Ashley Wren Collins. But I'm definitely Irish. I burn easily in the sun. I have a ton of freckles. And it comes from my dad's side of the family. So,
have you ever been to Ireland?
I haven't. I've been fortunate to travel lots in various different parts of the world, but have not been to Ireland. It's definitely on my list. One day, I hope.
Now, your new book is a smashing read altogether. It's titled The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles and follows in the footsteps of your last novel, Produce Your Own Damn Movie. I have to ask you about the inspiration for your new book, Ashley, which shows how anyone can enjoy the good life in Los Angeles on a shoestring budget. Where did you get the idea to write the book?
Well, I was actually hired to write this book. It's part of a very popular travel guide series, but it's a unique travel guide series because it's written for both natives and visitors. And The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles, it really came at a great time. I love the City of Angels. I've spent a lot of time there, worked on projects there. And in this economy, I don't care how much money or how little money you have, it really is smart to be a cheap bastard. And, I know that I'm just living proof that you can really have a great life and do a lot of great things without having to dig too deep in your wallet or break the bank. And because it's written for both natives and visitors, it really covers everything from, very cheap or even free theater, music, dance, but also wine tastings, happy hours, adult education classes, walks, tours. So really the whole gamut of life from, business to pleasure and everything in entertainment.
Now, The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles covers all the ins and outs and exclusive bargains to be had in Los Angeles, and it gives us the real deal to be had in LA with great wit and humour, with all sorts of different sections in the book covering a whole range of topics. The entertainment section, for instance, includes reality and talent shows that anyone can attend for free, cheap movie screenings, comedy clubs and workshops you can find free belly laughs at. There's even music venues, stores, dance and theatre, and that's all in just section 1. Tell me, Ashley, with so much of a thorough all-around package here, where did you first start?
Yes, actually, it was a dilemma as to where to start because Los Angeles is gigantic, and I wanted to make sure that I included something for everyone, no matter what your sex was or your race or where in Los Angeles you lived, because everyone knows that commuting there can be a pain because the traffic's so awful. So I actually started with entertainment, and I would say mostly because that was one of the things I was most familiar with and also that attracted me the most since I am also an actress and producer, and I just thought that would be the most fun. And, I went with places I knew and tapped all my friends, and I had a wonderful team of research interns working with me too, so we would make sure that nothing went unexplored. I didn't want to have the book completed and then think, I left that out, and that hasn't happened yet, so I'm happy about that because I feel like we got a nice, diverse range of places based on location and feel.
Well, I'm already recommending your new book, Ashley, to all my friends and family for a great gift idea, who may well know me as just that, a cheap bastard. But define a cheap bastard for me, Ashley. What does it take these days to swing a bargain? And what kind of characteristics do we cheap bastards share? if you'll excuse the pun.
Sure. So I think a cheap bastard is actually someone who is really smart about their money, but also gracious. A cheap bastard does not mean that you're a jerk or not generous. It doesn't mean that you go out and your meal is $7 and you leave a 20-cent tip. It's nothing like that. It's just about being forward thinking and smart about your money and getting the most for its value and appreciating what service, whatever it is you're purchasing for cheap or enjoying for free, and giving that back. So it's also all about, I think, good karma. So, you go to a wine tasting, and maybe the wine tasting is free, and you appreciate that, and you also appreciate the art galleries you're taking in at the same time you're getting the wine, and, it's giving back and being smart about your money.
Now, you're no stranger to writing, Ashley, what with being a contributor to Movie Maker magazine and your highly popular entertainment blog at HuffingtonPost.com. What is it about writing that has you so energized, Ashley?
I really like writing. I've always been drawn to it because there's definitely something in writing and expressing yourself through the written word where you get to think about it and then you get to come back to it, and maybe you edit it and maybe you don't. But I know, in life, you're not always afforded the opportunity to think about something and to carefully craft your words. And I'm definitely very conscious. I do cover a lot of entertainment in my blog with the Huffington Post, and also when I've written for Movie Maker magazine. And I'm interested in covering issues that don't always get talked about in the press. For instance, in entertainment and at film festivals, they always talk about the red carpet, or they definitely do movie reviews, but sometimes people don't know about the blood, sweat, and tears that go into making a movie and what it takes financially and economically, and then also artistically. So I'm interested in telling stories that don't always get enough coverage.
The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles also includes a comprehensive section on living in Los Angeles. You have an entire Living in LA section here, tipping us off to where anyone can enjoy complimentary cuisine, wine tastings for the cultured cheap bastard, which I'd like to think I am. There's even beauty schools, free samples and makeovers, discount massage services, a whole segment on resources for renters and owners, and lots more. There's also a great section on health and medicine with a listing of free to low-cost hospitals and even cancer support. My favourite, Ashley, has to be what you call price tag pragmatism, where we get to join you as you scavenge through the unique thrift shops in LA. Indeed, I have to tell you that the last time I was in LA, I found a great little thrift shop in Westwood near UCLA, where I stocked up on all sorts of 1950s jackets. So you have a truly comprehensive listing of some of Los Angeles' best thrift and consignment stores, Ashley. Tell me, what with most people feeling the pinch these days, do you think thrift shops and flea markets are more popular than people pretend? I've kind of noticed an uptake in business in my local thrift store, and I'm wondering, is it a trend?
Yes, I think that they have definitely been, the popularity of thrift shops has been on the uptick in the past decade or so. And what people sometimes think thrift shops like, oh, what they have is old, but sometimes they get things, a lot of times, in fact, with tags still on them, things that people bought and never used or never wore, and sometimes they get, designer labels, and you can really find great bargains there, especially for people. Sometimes, if you have to invest in a suit, sometimes people have to buy a tux or a suit for an interview, or, you can go and find beautiful clothing there. The one caveat I would say, if you're doing thrift shopping these days, unfortunately, there's a little sidebar in my book. You do have to be worried about bed bugs. Usually, there's nothing to worry about, but just to be safe, you want to make sure that, you take care of washing those items before you wear them if you purchase them at a thrift store. So I just want to put that out there.
Los Angeles is very spread out, and public transportation is at a minimum, unlike New York, where we have the subway system. So one tends to spend a lot of time in the car in Los Angeles. So seeing as you have to travel around a lot, is there any one area in Los Angeles that has more deals than any other, Ashley? Or are the bargains all spread out?
I would definitely say the bargains are spread out all over the place. And Los Angeles' public transportation system has really streamlined and gotten stronger and better. My cousin actually lives in Los Angeles, and she hasn't had a car for well over a year, and she manages to do everything she needs to do pretty easily with the public transportation system. Also, if you live in places like Santa Monica or Venice or Westwood or West Hollywood, some of that is really accessible to move between those areas very easily. So, and especially if you're commuting from the distances, a train ride can, or a bus ride can mean, more sleep for you in the morning, or maybe you get to read the paper or whatever it is you like to do to zone out or get ready for your day or decompress at the end of the day. It is a great option, and, also we have to worry about what we're putting into the air, because we love Los Angeles, but it does have a lot of smog, so if we're ever able to, contribute to the lessening of that through use of public transportation, we should think about it.
Well, there's even a segment on pets, which opens with the curiously precise statement, dogs have owners, cats have staff. And a whole section on exploring Los Angeles, which has you putting on your sightseeing shoes, Ashley, and showing us those interesting and quirky places only found in Los Angeles that we can do for free or little. Give me one or two samples, Ashley, of places we can visit that will fascinate us for little or nothing.
Sure. One of the best things about Los Angeles is it has a really diverse, beautiful landscape surrounding it. You've got mountains, you've got oceans, and you've got hikes that you can do in the parks and the short drives for the day or the afternoon, whatever time you have, you can explore, whether you're a fitness fanatic or whether you just need a breath of fresh air. And it's really just such a gift to have such this exciting urban life, the entertainment capital of the world, and then surrounded by all this serenity. And I think one of the best things, if you're looking for a little bit of a nice workout, is there's a great hike up to the infamous Hollywood sign that's iconic and known all over the world. So that's one of the fun things to do, whether you live there or you're just visiting or entertaining your cousins who are visiting. And there's also great reservoirs, the Silver Lake Reservoir to walk around, or the Lake Hollywood Reservoir. Griffith Park is wonderful, and the old Venice canals. It's great to go wandering there, and you can shop and take in the art galleries, which are all free, and enjoy some coffee, and see what Venice was like when there really were canals.
And how has the new book been received, Ashley?
The new book's been doing great. We had a wonderful review at the Los Angeles Examiner, and we're also featured in the reading list by Los Angeles Magazine in August, and had some well-attended book signings. And I think it's a great book and resource for people of all economic backgrounds, and then also especially anybody who's new to Los Angeles or college students or struggling artists, might find a way to really live and enjoy their life even more if they know, where to go and what to do and what bargains can be had, and by still having a great time and eating well and living well and enjoying your life.
Well, Ashley, I love the special dedication to your mom and dad at the front of the new book, where you give us a personal insight into lessons you learned, including how your parents taught you that a cheap bastard is all about being smart and classy. Do you think those traits are somewhat inherited, Ashley? Or can anyone learn to be clever with resources and still have a great time?
I think that I'm a positive person. I think anybody can learn how to be clever and have a good time. Definitely anybody can form, I new good habits, especially with relationship to money. And I've just been really fortunate to have great supportive parents who, taught me to think for myself and to hunt for a bargain and then enjoy the hunt and appreciate it.
It's attractive, isn't it, really, being thrifty?
It is. I mean, I know I joke in my dedication that when I love to walk into a room and announce how little my outfit costs because you just feel like it's smart. You have more money left over to do whatever it is you want to do. Save money for your dream house or your car, or save money for a vacation, or pay your education loans, whatever it is. And life's tough enough that you don't want to be worrying about how to afford it. So there's a way to do life on a budget and still have a great time. And I'm definitely, I feel lucky to have written this book because I'm living proof of that. And I wouldn't have been able to write it if I didn't mean it and feel it.
Well, it has been a real treat chatting with you, Ashley, about your new book, and we look forward to enjoying it for many years to come. Given the economic forecasts, it looks like we'll all be needing The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles. Thank you so much for joining us here on Radio Irish today, Ashley.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was such a pleasure to chat and be on.
Thanks, Ashley. Live large for less with The Cheap Bastard's Guide to Los Angeles. A perfect gift and reasonably priced too. You're listening to America's only Irish station, RadioIrish.com.
Radio Irish.